main ideas from the course. This is the course about teacher development. Our tutor is Oscar Javier Borges. Well, what does the subject mean to teach me? It was the first question that I answered when I started the course. I said at the moment, I think the main topic will be to recognize and understand the importance of teacher development process in order to maintain interest, creativity, motivation, knowledge, and participation in our teaching practice in any educational context, taking into account that we have to focus on new challenge or new changes and improve our quality of education in Colombia. Why is teacher development important to the language teacher? It is important because as teacher you need to keep updated in continuous training or development, and so studying, practicing, and researching to bring new strategies, methodologies, didactic activities, and knowledge to the students. And this course offers us improvement in our daily practice into the classroom. How do I develop as a teacher? Qualification in a teacher. Well, there are three important ways to improve or develop as a teacher. Number one, study. What is the object? What is the main topic here? To get the knowledge required. That is the reason why I'm studying at the moment. Second, practicing. To get the experience as a teacher, you need practicing. There is a idiom to say practice makes master. Number three, researching. Well, the idea is to cope the problems inside the classroom or maybe in the community or in the country too. All these aspects are required to be a great teacher. Now I want to tell the most important aspect about all the readings in the first and second unit. First one, classroom quality and children's academic skills in child care centers. There is a correlation between teacher qualification and classroom quality. Nevertheless, results indicate that for the most part, teachers' education degree does not predict classroom quality. Consequently, some results have shown no significant differences in classroom quality between teachers with and without an ECE major. ECE is early childhood education. Even so, teachers without any ECE training were associated with lower levels of global classroom quality. In another way, having a teacher with AA, that means associate degree in art, or BA, Bachelor of Art degree, is not sufficient to ensure that the school classroom is of high quality. Teacher qualification and kindergarten achievements. We talk about investigating the importance of the teacher in promoting student achievement in kindergarten year and the self-reported qualification taking into account an ECLSK survey, that means early childhood longitudinal study kindergarten. Well, it was a kind of survey by looking at the association of this instructional practice with achievement. Despite some limitations, the results show that spending more time on the subject of working within a full-day kindergarten structure were associated with gains in achievement. Additionally, it was positive emphasize reading and writing skills, didactic instruction phonics with better results in full time. Now, writing for professional development. Reading has played an important role in human development. It has been the vehicle for all levels of education. Hence, writing and reading are fundamental in the process of teaching and learning. They are the way so the people can develop or learn new ideas or believe. Thereby, writing has become a key activity in workplaces nowadays. With the use of technology, can be used. It can be an excellent tool for professional development. Thus, reading can be used to secure the learning of practical, conceptual, and procedure capacities in all kinds of occupations. The evaluation of the student views concerning the teacher qualification for the total quality implementation. A student in high school consider qualification for the total quality implementation of the teacher sufficient in the following aspects: active participation in work, quality of service, success of leader during management process, resolving problems, use the opportunity and communication skills. Due to the educational system needs to be redesigned according to the change in the world today, innovation, technology, they are the key in this process. Moreover, teachers have to improve the quality of teaching and quality of the student able to face the challenge nowadays. Teacher development for bilingual education in Colombia. Teacher knowledge needs in the world related to the main struggle that surrounds language in order to help the student to develop bilingual or multilingual proficiency. A teacher in Colombia with professional development can acquire a sense of empowerment due to the wide vision about student needs, classroom climate, and the relation between theory and practice to face the new challenge in the global world. Here in Colombia, we know that we are living a new environment because we have the possibility to help in this post-conflict process. Because the best tool that we have as a teacher is the possibility to teach to our students, search a new possibility to live in peace. The peace start in our school, not just in an agreement between guerrillas and government. The contribution of resource to teacher professional learning and development. Teachers can benefit from resources in their day-to-day practice, assessing the value of them, interpreting their evidence, adapting their findings to their needs and context, because through resources, teachers can improve their knowledge of the subject, their knowledge in teaching and learning strategies to innovate and continue learning. They can improve their confidence and skill, focusing around the process on their learning needs as well. You can see an example in Florencia Caquetá. This teacher was doing a practice with their student next to the river Acha here in Florencia. Educational resource and teacher development. Nowadays, teacher professional development has become better than ancient times. This new teacher has to take into account those difficulties like social, political, and cultural conditions in order for enhancing their teaching capabilities. Also, they have to face with new abilities and resources regarding a new professional profile. Educational effectiveness research and the knowledge base of improving education. The fact that the government and the school work together to achieve effective learning is so important. Our country is globalizing, and each day we need to train human beings with quality training for life and work. That is why it is so important for the government to focus its effort on improving education and making good quality control of education. Teachers, on their part, should strive individually to have good disposition to train and improve their professional development. Improving teacher development and training. Professional development is the key to going on with teacher education. Topics such as learning, education, competence management, evaluation, quality, curriculum, among others, need to be improved in our daily practice. Thirdly, if this requires to transform teaching, it will be necessary to increase research about real problems at the school where student needs and classroom situation can be taken into account to improve quality and professional development. Classroom research and professional development. Check completely what is indicated by the author, because the teaching must go hand in hand with the innovation and changes that take place at a social and educational level. A clear example are the different pedagogical theories that have been appearing over time and that will continue to appear. Also the ways of carrying out the teaching since about 40 years ago. It was unthinkable that what is now known as virtual education could be achieved, because at that time the technological advances did not allow this type of education to take place. Thus, we as teacher must be aware of the needs of the student, and we must know the changes of society to apply it in our profession. Conclusion. Well, I have to tell that for me this has been one of the most important courses in my career. I have three important reasons to share with you. Number one, this course has allowed me to reinforce, recognize, learn, manage, and develop some skills necessary for performance as a teacher. Number two, teacher education and training are key in order to get a better quality of teaching inside the classroom. And number three, the important role that teacher plays in the classroom and school is crucial for the success of education in Colombia. So, well-trained teachers manage the classroom and create a positive learning environment. Moreover, can participate in research to face the context problems and empower others to develop actions towards the well-being of the community while improving their skills in teaching. Some references, and thank you, teacher.